In recent times, number of projects announced in India with much fanfare and getting huge media publicity, and in some cases, foundation stone being laid and tender invitations sent, but they do not see the light of the day. This gives an impression that such projects are being announced before completion of the pre-investment study in detailed manner and without carefully assessing the risk analysis and mitigation possibilities for the projects. In other words, the trend seems to be to announce the projects even at the time of conceiving the project. A number of case studies can be cited. Let us look into the case of Hindustan Petroleum Corporation. On 18th July 2026, Hindustan Petroleum Corporation announced a tender in GEM portal for market study for isopropyl alcohol, polymer grade propylene, R290 propane, sulfuric acid, paraffinic wax, and microcrystalline wax, which stipulated last date for submitting the tender and bid opening date being 28th July 2026. However, the announcement was withdrawn in GEM portal and the tender was cancelled. The consultants who have started the preparation of tender document in response to the announcement must have regretted for wasting their time and efforts. Now let us look at the case of Chennai Petroleum Corporation. Chennai Petroleum Corporation, also known as CPCL, announced with much fanfare in the year 2017 that it would set up a petrochemical complex in Nagapattinam region in Tamil Nadu, indicating the proposed product mix. Prime Minister of India laid the foundation for the complex in the year 2021. However, in the year 2026, Chennai Petroleum Corporation announced that the product configuration for the project would be changed and would be decided later. The project is now in standstill stage in the site, while the project was originally announced in the year 2017, around 10 years back. Now let us look into the case of Neyveli Lignite Corporation. With much publicity, Neyveli Lignite Corporation, now known as NLC Limited in Tamil Nadu, announced the project for methanol using lignite as feedstock of capacity 1,200 tons per day, with the estimated project cost of around rupees 4,350 crore. When project was announced, it was considered as very much appropriate for Indian conditions and needs. Now the project is in uncertain and undecided state and its fate is not known. Now let's look into the case of Coal India. Coal India Limited floated global tender a few years back, inviting bids for setting up a coal to methanol plant in Dankunj coal complex in West Bengal. The lifespan of this plant was estimated as 25 years. The capital outlay of the entire plant was pegged at around rupees 6,000 crore. Even after several years, there is no indication whether the project would happen at all. Now let us look into the case of TVS Lucas. TVS Lucas announced lithium-ion cell project of capacity 10 GWh at Tiruvallur in Tamil Nadu a few years back. The company claimed that the technology to be adopted for the project would have several merits and advantages. As this was one of the earliest announced lithium-ion cell projects in India, this project received widespread publicity and drew the national attention. However, TVS Indian Limited, which is a subsidiary of TVS Lucas, now says that it is still working with global R&D companies to develop technology for the project, without any firm schedule being indicated for setting up the project in commercial scale. Now let's look at the case of Adani Port. Adani Power has announced that it is evaluating the possibility of developing a nuclear power project. However, the fact is that the company is yet to decide even on site development for the project. Obviously, Adani Power has made this announcement even as the project is only in preliminary consideration stage and there is no firm indication that the project would come up. These are all trends that are showing some sort of concern. Several other projects announced by companies in medium and large scale sector, including by Adani Group and Reliance Industries, have remained as only paper announcements. Such announcements amount to misleading information. When massive projects are announced with huge publicity, it gives an impression that to the investors in share market and people in general, that many important projects are being set up in India. Such announcements are also counterproductive since such hasty and premature announcements may dissuade other organizations from venturing into the projects. These are not desirable scenario at all. Thank you very much.